All right, so we are live. I'm super happy. This is twice in one day for me, so yay.
You've been doing it, girl. I saw you on there earlier.
I was in it. And I'm okay with that. I didn't go live at all last week.
Yes.
So it's gonna be a kind of busy week in a way because we have Wednesdays live, which is the panel, and then we have two today. So y'all gonna be seeing quite a bit of me this week. With that being said, let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna introduce myself and we can just go down the line. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is the Parenting with Sickle Cell panel. We are going to be talking about giving your too much of yourself as a parent sometimes, um, and what comes along with that. If you don't know who I am the co-founder and co-host of the Sickle Cell Experience Live. I'm also a mother of a beautiful little trait warrior named Nyla, and I am the daughter of a um, super mom with sickle cell. So yeah, I think I have a very unique perspective on this whole take on parenting, and I will pass it on to Master.
Not let Lena go first.
Okay.
Okay. Hi you guys. I'm Lena. I am a sickle cell warrior and a sickle cell advocate. I am a mom of a trait warrior. He is 9 years old. His name is Jackson. Um, my little life here is quite nice. I've definitely been able to find success over sickle cell in more than one way. I am currently, um, becoming a professional again by joining the workforce once again, which, for us warriors, it can be up and down, it can be bumpy, it can be even just blank or missing. But I'm excited about new opportunities. I'm always glad to be here with you guys. You guys are excellent warriors. Just like myself, I have so much respect, for you guys and love for you guys. So I'm here. I'm happy to talk about all the parenting stuff with sickle cell because it deserves discussion at the least.
Absolutely.
My name is
Yeah,
Master
Master.
Bird. I'm an artist from Chicago, Illinois. Uh, Master Bird. I'm an artist from Chicago, Illinois. I'm an advocate. I work with Sickle Cell Experience Live. Um, Me and Shae is great, great, great friends, and hopefully me and Lena can become great friends too.
Of course.
um, but yeah, that's about all. I'm a father of two, by the way. Yeah, that's about all.
Oh, sorry.
um,
Okay. So I had to search for our video for some reason,
Mhm.
make sure we were live.
Yeah.
And when I found it scared me. It was loud. Um, Hello, for those of you who are watching. We are going to
how you
be
doing?
talking about, just giving ourselves and sacrificing ourselves, the sacrifices we make as parents, pretty much. Um, would any of you like to start the conversation so I can share, so more people can watch us, or should I start and share later?
Um, I mean, I kind of would like to hear what you have to say. I know for me, I have just like, I have a constant like thread of like mom guilt in my head. And that's
Yeah.
becoming loud, becoming really
Yeah.
loud because of a lot of my life changes right now. And so I kind of just want to hear where you guys are at so I can gauge if I'm tripping or not.
Okay. Well,
Because I feel like the mom guilt drives me towards doing extra for him.
yeah, I definitely have the whole mom guilt thing. I think that to start off, it it is safe to say that as parents we give a lot of ourselves, especially to our kids. I know to the people around us, especially our families, but specifically our kids. Um, I know for myself, I don't know when my number gonna get called, right? Let's just put it like that.
Right.
So there is that sense that I want to teach her as much as I can while I can. I
Mm-hmm.
want to I want to spend as much as time as possible with her so that she can know me and
Mm-hmm.
have the memory and the bond of having me in her life for however long I'm meant to be there. Hopefully I'm here until she have kids,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that would be the ideal, but sometimes that's not just not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I work very, very, very hard though to ensure that I will be here longer. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying I'm perfect, but I have made very specific and intentional lifestyle changes just to be able to be a better mother and be here longer. Some of the changes is like I, you know, I eliminate people out of my life who is too much stress to my demise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I'm in a point where if I'm in any type of relationship, romantic, family, friend, if it is bringing me too much drama or negative energy
Mm-hmm.
or putting me into a bad headspace where I'm sick, then I have to eliminate myself and my child from that situation because, and I have done it.
Yeah.
Um, I've been successful in doing so because I just want to be here for my daughter. I took the time and I evaluated my mother's life, okay? And all the things that she had going on and all the drama and stress that clearly contributed to her early death. She died when she was only 25. So to know, okay, had she cut out maybe a couple people sooner, had she, put herself in a things probably could have been different for her. So I made the decision that that was not going to be generational, that it wasn't going to be me, that I wasn't going to have a grow up without me. Thank you. Um, and I not be able to participate in her life. So in doing so, I also changed my eating habits.
Mm-hmm.
I've changed my location. I used to live in California. I love California, but the stress of how expensive it is, and especially as a single parent,
Mm-hmm.
we couldn't have the type of lifestyle that I wanted for my child.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to be able to have that. So I made the choice to move to Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and just all the decisions that I make, they do have everything to do with my child. And I do have survivor's guilt from my mother. So I make sure I can use my time as effectively as possible, meaning I give myself to this community, and I come and I try to educate and empower and help and do all I can to just be a guiding light for people, to help them, and myself, and to show them that it can be done. Um, but it's get a little hard sometimes, because when you're so strong for everyone else and you have to put on that strong front, especially for your child, um, it's difficult to just stop. It's hard to turn it off.
Yeah.
So the times where, sometimes it's easier. Like when it snowed out here, and my daughter was like, "Oh, let's go play in the snow." Did I want to go play in the snow with her to give her a memory? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did I? Hell no, I didn't. Because I couldn't put myself in the position to get sick to be away from her.
What's the
So,
risky?
I had to make sure I let her go out and have fun. And I get it, it probably was not as much fun as if I was there with her, but I do sacrifice myself. I'm sick, and this is not something that I can cure. I can't take a pill and be cured of this. So I try my best to go above and beyond to create the best life possible for her. When it comes to her birthdays, I go all out, because that's a prime example of giving too much of myself. Her birthday, because I was supposed to go to the hospital the week of her birthday, and I didn't. I held out, and I made sure I cleaned up. I made sure I went. I did a lot of walking. I did a lot of things that I probably, was to my. It wasn't the best decision to make, but I needed to do it to give her a great birthday, because I feel like every year that she gets to celebrate with me is the best birthday ever. So I want to make it the best birthday ever. And in doing so, I put myself on the back burner. And I literally went to the hospital the day after her birthday. And the doctors were like, "Well, why didn't you come in sooner? Your labs are a little crazy." But as soon as I said my daughter's birthday was yesterday and I just wanted to make it to her birthday and then come in, and they were like, "Okay, we understand." Because who doesn't understand wanting to be there for your child?
Yeah.
Even if it's
Yeah.
if
Yeah, I get it.
not in your best interest to do so. I cooked for her on her birthday, and I could barely stand. I took pictures of her, did a whole photo shoot. Back hurt. I went horseback riding. Do you understand the things that I put my body through? That was like, what?
Did she just say horseback riding?
I did. I did all of that because I wanted to make her birthday the best birthday ever.
I know.
And I did. I was successful in doing so. I just paid the price for it. At the end of the day, I was the one in the hospital who had to get better, had to do better.
So, how old is she now?
She's 8.
Okay, so you have a handful of birthdays left before she's leaving with her friends, right? On her birthday, right? Like, it's gonna happen. We know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But mama, okay, while you're putting yourself on the back burner, right? And doing those things, how on earth do you think she would feel, okay, if something happened because you had to make her birthday the best birthday ever?
And that in there is the problem, right? because how much is too much of myself that I'm giving?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's why I'm here right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something to think about. It is.
Yeah.
I definitely used to live in a similar mindset where I was like, okay, I ain't got much time. We gotta hurry up. We gotta do some stuff because I'm the way this is going right now. Like I can't guarantee nothing to y'all. Okay, I'm talking to my family, and they're just like, oh my god, here she go, here she go. But that's a very real feeling. I was not like horribly scarred the by my prognosis. I was never like directly told by a doctor, like, you're going to die young. But I do remember a doctor speaking to my mother as if I wasn't in the room, saying, well, life expectancy is, shortened or something like that. And I remember thinking, like, oh, she's talking about me? Like, I mean, I was young. And so, but that's not where my insecurities come from about my lifespan. My insecurity about my lifespan comes from the fact that I can feel my body fighting to stay alive every day.
Yeah.
Okay. They can say whatever they want. I don't really. Doctors are doctors, right? And that's what they do. They look at the paperwork and analyze and look and talk to the scientists and say, what we talking about, what's this, that, da, 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 da. But I'm the person. So I can feel my body holding on by just sheer grit will. Just I refuse to give up. But that can only last for so long because we all have friends our same age and younger that we have lost in the throes of that, of, oh man, this is getting real hard. I'm hanging on, but it's getting real hard. And when you have children, you're thinking, this cannot be right. But then you just say, well, I gotta hit it hard. That's I'm a realist. I feel you on that. But I thank God that, like, I have been able to let go of some of that and realize that every moment with my son is a special moment. It doesn't matter if it's his birthday. It doesn't matter if it's my birthday. It's just we're standing in the kitchen hugging. Just because. So I've shifted a bit because I used to be the same way. I like just going hard, and then I would end up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Like,
and I also think that a little bit of it is me overcompensating because I'm her only parent involved in her life too. So I don't want her to feel,
yeah,
the lack. I don't want her to be like,
I don't think she does, and I don't think she will. And this is speaking from someone that was raised primarily in a single parent household. She knows your heart. She knows that she has everything that she needs. She knows that she is loved well and beyond, right, by you. So I don't think you really need to be concerned about that to the extent that you are, but do pray about it, right? Pray about it, give it to God. Just let it breathe. Because she's getting older and she sees how hard you work. That's something that she's learning is the value of hard work and dedication, especially as a mother. You're doing a great job. I don't think I understand that. I do get that. It's like, oh man, I gotta make sure, everything is right. Because if anything falls through the cracks, it's on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on me, straight up 100. And then that's double the guilt. Girl, don't do that. No. You are one person. You are one person. And that is enough. You are enough for her. You are enough for her. I promise you. Just ask her. Am I enough for you? Say
She's
what
very
she said.
clear on where she stands.
I'm
One
just
thing I will
saying.
say about Nyla, she don't bite her tongue for nobody.
So
So
yeah,
yeah, I
she'll
definitely, yeah, I can see that.
she'll
What
say it.
about you, Master? How do you feel about, going above and beyond sometimes?
Mm, I'd say this last time. I just feel like sometimes kids can be ungrateful for it, and I think it's just a matter of them just not understanding what you're doing for them at that time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, I think they don't understand just how much of yourself you put on the line for them. Especially being, that like you're a single mother, you know.
Hmm.
Um, I, she might not might not get it right now, but I definitely think, that as time go, the kids will eventually understand. Not me, like I told you before, like I'm a kind of tough love type of person, but at the same time, I love my kid. You know what I mean? Like I'm crazy about my kid. Um, honestly, uh, and like I said, sometimes I just think that they don't really see like they. I don't want to say they don't see it; they just don't understand at the time.
Yeah, they don't
You know what I
comprehend
mean? Because
all that
I
goes
think they
into.
always it's like they always want more.
Yeah,
They children, so they always want a little bit more and more and more. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be another step that you can take for a child once they conquer. Like what you were saying, going out in the snow. Like once that's conquered, it's gonna be something else eventually. That's gonna be like, you saw what the last thing you did to mommy, but you wanted to do that now, and you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying, you're gonna do it, and then it's gonna be something else. So I think that that they just don't understand at this point.
Yeah.
What indeed you really truly are. She's happy for what you're doing. But I mean, to really, really, really understand, like, man, my mom was willing to kill herself for me.
Mhm.
like,
They'll
I
give you
don't
one
think that's
day.
the part that click.
you know what? You're right, because honestly, after my mother died, right, all growing up, I used to say the same thing. I used to say, why would she have me if she knew she could leave me? She knew she was going to leave me. Why would she even bother? That was like the main irritation that I had with my mother coming up after she passed away. And it was it wasn't until I was 21 that I think I was either pregnant with Nyla, or I was around the time, something like that. All I know is I remember I had an epiphany, like I never ever thought like that again, because I felt like I got my answer from her indirectly. Um because someone asked me, why would you want to have a child and bring your child into the same thing? What if you die like your mom, and how you felt about it? And it was just like, to give the love that I have, that I know that I can give to my child, would be worth it. Not to say it's worth me dying, but to know that I love someone so fiercely and without limits and unconditionally, and to the point of, all I wanted to do was protect and make that person happy. And truly, that's what your child wants to do too. There is no ulterior motive when you have a child. Maybe when they get a little older, teenager, they got ulterior motives, but children, they're pure. And there's just there's just a way to love. A mother's love is something totally different than any other type of love. And to know that I experienced that and that my mother did truly love me and does truly love me, you know, and to know what that feels like. There are people in this world who may not. And it wasn't her fault that she was born with something that tried to limit her in her love and who she loved and how long she loved. So I think I got that the older I got, and I understood. The older I got, the more I understood that. The more I understood, she didn't want to be limited in love, in any form of it. You know, sharing a child with the man that she loved, or loving her child to the best of her ability. So I truly get it now. So I think that with Nyla, hopefully it doesn't take her that long to get it. But I
That part,
mean,
boy.
right. Hopefully she understands.
You'll understand it because the way that you just explained it to us was perfect. You just explained it to her. You know, when she is going through those same questions, or when she's wondering about you and who you are and why you made the choices you did, because that's what we do, right? Is go back and ask our parents, now why do you do this again? Because I don't even remember like signing up on it. Like you be all up in the, I mean, just tell her, just say, you know, I used to wonder why my mom made this decision and then it happened to me. And I didn't want to be limited in love. And you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Like your mom is gonna say the same things to you, Shae. You're the best thing that ever happened to her. Just because she's not here to say those words in that order to you doesn't mean it's not true.
Don't make me cry. Y'all know I'm gangster. Y'all can't be having me out here looking weak. Man up, man up.
But it's true.
It
It's
is
true.
true. And I
I
and I
mean,
appreciate that.
yeah, it's true though. I mean, I only feel that way because I'm, looking at it. I made Anthony take the test like 3 times to make sure, okay, you do not have a trait, right? Like, are you sure? Are you sure? Girl, it only take one time to do the test. But anyway, yeah, I was nervous. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not trying to be perpetuating suffering. I'm not trying to participate in anything that looks selfish. I just didn't want to do any of that. But I also hadn't really seen myself as a mother up until I was already in my marriage. I always wanted to be a wife. I wanted to be a wife, right? I wasn't sure if I was going to be a mom. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to carry a baby to term. I wasn't sure if I was going to be properly prepared to devote time and attention to anyone that wasn't myself, because I was focused every day on keeping myself alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that takes a lot of hard work when you're as sick as I was. And so, well, into my marriage, it became it more and more like, oh man, I think I want to have a baby. It was kind of a surprise to me. It was kind of like this thing that happened to my body, and I was just like, oh no, 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 not right now, right now, right now.
You hit it with the no, 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 no.
I mean, inside was just turmoil because, man, when them hormones kick in, see, that's the thing. Like women, we operate on a clock. We are a clock. See, men operate on a timeline. Like I'm gonna do this first, then I'm gonna do that. I think I might do this and that. We don't get to choose. You wake up one day, your body said, "Hey, time to get pregnant."
Facts.
And you be like, "What?"
Yep.
Did y'all
Yep.
playing? Either one of y'all playing?
You say what?
Either one of y'all playing to be? get pregnant?
Oh yeah,
I
we planned. Yeah, we planned it. What about you?
I didn't think I could have kids for a very long time. And so I was so the Nyla was not a part of the let's see if we can. That time I actually had a miscarriage, but I wasn't expecting Nyla. Let's just put it like that. We had two miscarriages the year before, and I was just like, look, it's not probably, it's most likely the fact that we're trying to do things backwards. How about we get married first and then have the child? So I was planning my wedding when I found out I was
Ah!
pregnant.
Oh, here.
So yeah, that kind of put a damper on things for a while.
Switch it up.
Um, I kind of feel like Nyla saved me in so many ways. She don't even know because after I had her, I was like, marriage to you? I don't know. And then she saved me in ways like, my fight is harder. It means more now. My why is a lot different now than it was 10 years ago. So, yeah, I didn't plan her. She just kind of popped up and was like, I'm here and I ain't going nowhere until you see my face. I was like, oh, you staying. Okay, you staying. So, yeah, that was pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
Vacations, what are you going to do?
What about you, Master? Did you plan the girls?
I have I planned with somebody else. I didn't plan with the woman that I had a kid with.
How did that happen?
Karma.
That's the reality of the matter. Wild weekends.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
saying that
Yeah.
I'm here.
they'll excuse it.
Ding dong, I'm here.
I didn't sign up. I didn't sign up for my daughter, but I signed up for my son. Like, yeah.
I see. I hear you. I
Uh,
hear you. Yeah, it's strange. The things that we do for our children is like, okay, I know that he didn't ask to be here, so, but at the same time, I'm going to be responsible no matter what. It's like I'm his mother at the end of the day. It's like there's going to be some responsibility. And so I just try to keep in mind that, like, I want to look at how well I'm doing overall, and I need to focus less on the little things that get, you know um you know dropped or spill. The spilled milk. I get so hard on myself over the small things, and I know it's my personality. I'm a perfectionist. It's all that stuff, but I think it also just has to do with the fact that, like, I know that my son he is at a very important developmental phase. I mean, he's 9. They're all important, but he needs to know me as a nurturer, as someone that he can trust ultimately, regardless of who says what he does. It doesn't matter what happens in life. I need him to know that as his mother, there's nothing that can separate us. There is nothing that will cause me to, you know, throw him away, or whatever. But that is emotional work. That
Yeah.
has nothing to do with discipline. Okay. His structure, him understanding what he needs to learn and how he needs to behave and treat people. So because
Mhm.
consequences are just happen. you know Consequences just happen. You do something as a child, the consequences are going to come down regardless.
Yeah.
Like that, it just is what it is. There's no, but him having, or me disciplining him emotionally, and so that he understands where the boundaries are, with people. You can't talk to people any kind of way. You have to make sure you're leading with love and respect, when you're doing this and that. These are the things that I really want him to understand as my child, that these are the things you need to know, and I'm always going to be someone that is here for you no matter where we are, no
Yeah.
matter if we're together physically in the same house or not, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it's hard to communicate that because I have an issue with vulnerability with my own child, which is strange. But, I'm working on it. You have to acknowledge things in
Yeah.
order to improve upon them, you know?
The best way to solve a problem is to shine light on it. So as long as you acknowledge it and work towards making it get better, it will be better. You know, I sometimes I feel like I'm too vulnerable with Nyla. I feel like it's just like in different ways of like emotionally, because I just don't want her to ever feel, because I feel like as a black woman in America, and she will one day be a black woman in America, she won't have a lot of grace to be vulnerable or
Mm-hmm.
emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I have those moments with her, and we can watch movies and I cry. I'm giving all the details away right now because y'all know I don't be talking about me crying, but I cry and I would be like, "Are you crying?" And I just like it just hit me right here in the inside part, and
Mm-hmm.
I tell her all the time, like, it's okay to feel, and it's okay to be in the moment of feeling the whatever emotions you want to feel. Don't bury them. Don't, you know,
Yeah.
don't think that no one cares about them.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm not going to put up with is just crying and whining for no reason, especially if it's, oh, I didn't get ice cream when I wanted it. No, we're not doing
Mm-hmm.
that. We're not doing that one. But
Mm-hmm.
if it's, legitimate, like, okay, I'm upset about something. And then she's crying over something little. I ask her, is it because of this? And then she says, yes. I'm like, okay, well, no, you're going to have to bring it down, and we're going to have to find a solution to whatever this is. But if I'm asking, like, okay, is it something deeper that you would like to talk about? I always give her that space to have these conversations, even when she feel like, mom, because, as a mother, I am the disciplinary and the nurturer as a single mom. So there are times when I have to be hard on her. And
Mm-hmm.
so she'll be like, oh, but mom, I think you were just a little too mean. Like, too mean? Bro, what? But I accept it and I say, okay, listen, this was not my intention for me to come off as mean or rude. But it is, we're not going to do what you think or how you think is supposed to happen. You will be disciplined. So I will acknowledge it. I will listen to how she feels, and we can talk about it. And I will tell her if I do feel like, okay, well, maybe I was a little harsh. Okay. I'll say that. And I'll apologize to her if it's something that's like, girl, like you just trying it right now. I'm not, we not, go have a seat, have a
Yeah.
couple of them at the same
Yeah.
time. So, you
Mm-hmm.
know, um, it can be difficult. It can be very difficult because she is so opinionated, but I want her to be. I feel like I was given that space as a child. I was able to be opinionated. I was able to voice how I felt, probably less than her in some situations, but I was given that space. And honestly, it made me the person I am today. I'm able to go into any environment and adjust, but also stay true to myself and who I am and what it is that I require from myself and from others. So I just wanted to pass that down to her as well. Like, if I could teach Nyla anything, I think it would probably be, you know, I always say this to people, but I really mean it. Know your worth and charge double. Like, you're not going to go around here letting people treat you any type of way. This is my worth and I'm charging double. Like, we're on, like, we're not finna be tripping right now. So,
Grown folks need to hear that. So
okay.
she'll be ahead of the curve, she'll understand who she is early on. It's difficult raising kids today because we have experienced, think about how far along our tech has come.
Yes.
And just, what is this 5G? Like, think about just how short a period we went from them phones, what they still, they got flip phones now. But think about them bricks, you know what I'm
The
saying? Them
bricks.
cellular bricks.
The
And
beeper.
now everything
Two
is,
way.
yes. Okay, don't look. The razor, you wasn't doing nothing if you ain't had that razor, okay? But like, think about that. So society has changed a lot from our generation to our kids' generation in terms of how we communicate, also because of COVID and because of, the apps and the way that we talk and communicate and stuff. Because when I was younger, it definitely felt like, well, for one, I was raised primarily, by someone that was not emotionally stable enough for me to count on them as much as I should have been able to. And so it kind of taught me to be very emotionally independent. Like, I had to learn myself. I'm That's why people are like, what is it about Lena? I'm my own best friend. That's what it is about me. I grew up, by myself for the most part. I have siblings, but we weren't raised together like that. And so for me, it's like when you're living like that and you have a chronic illness where everybody's, your life is different, than, folks just out there living and stuff. It really does create these emotional pitfalls that you can fall into if you're not careful, even as a child, I guess, especially as a child.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, man, if I've been through all of this and I know that I've had to heal myself emotionally from old traumas and old lies that I was told or told myself, because I thought I was inadequate or whatever it was, it's like now I'm realizing, okay, I need to come against that early on with my son. I need to make sure he knows earlier than I did that your worth is your worth. And no, it doesn't matter what someone tries to get from you. You are still my prince. That's what I call him. I call him my prince.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You are who you are, and therefore, nothing you can do is going to make it so that I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna because that's what I wish I'd had that from some grown-ups when I was little Lena.
I understand that. Definitely. How do you feel about it, Master?
Which part of?
All
Uh,
all of it.
As far as what she just said about the trying part, like I think that's what drives me, like what drove me at a particular point, especially. Um, and like so, so like my father wasn't the person that raised me. You see, my grandfather was. I also think that my grandfather, like my father, put one thing in me, my granddaddy put one another. Uh, my father, who wasn't really active, but he was always proud of me when he saw me though, you know, but he wasn't active though. But then my grandfather, who was my mother's dad, he took on me and my sister, which made it kind of easy for me to take on my son, biological or not. So um, when she speak on, people who should have pretty much done more, I just never wanted to not like I never wanted to like just say, okay, well, I'm gonna give completely up on my kid. Like, I could have, and it would have been easy for my situation. You know what I mean? It would have been convenient for the situation that I had. It would have been real easy. I wouldn't have had to do anything, but I just couldn't live with knowing that there was a child in the world that was mine. Like. And those are the things that I really want my daughter, to know. That's the things I want my son to know. Like it's a man that stepped up when another man did. So, I think, like I said, when she say that, people should have stepped up and she wanted to show her son different, I think that that's another generational curse that is broken. You know what I mean? Like, and those generational curses, man, like
It's so many of
they
them.
really have a hold on you, like they really have, and you don't even realize that you that until you grown really, like I mean grown and actually thinking. I don't mean 21 grown. I mean
Right.
grown and actually
Right.
Mm-hmm.
thinking about stuff. Like you don't even realize. Like I never realized how many of my father's traits that I had, and that's why I just wanted to change those things, like I wanted to change certain narratives for my mother, like from my mother and my father for that matter. I wanted to change certain narratives from both.
Yeah.
It's valid. There's so many generational curses, you guys, and then they're all so heavy because it's like when you start looking at why, like where they came from, it's all just evil and grossness, and you're just like, oh well, no wonder, no wonder I've been struggling, no wonder I couldn't get these answers from her because she didn't have them.
Right. Right.
And that part too, like you really, again, like you don't pay attention to even how messed up that person was.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It take like it really takes, I don't know about, of course, I'm not a woman, so I don't know about in that era, but like I know from a man to a father, and then you become a father, you be wondering like why he didn't, and you in your head like he weaker than you almost. But then when you get older and then you talk directly to him, you
Hmm.
know what I mean? I know for me, when I had a conversation, I had a time when it was just a blame my mother, blame my mother. He was doing that. But then when and I was mad at him for that, you know what I'm saying? But then when he finally told me, look, man, I wasn't there because this, and this, and I was like, man, I looked at him different. Like I was thankful that he was telling me the truth. You know what I'm saying? Which made me then say, I gotta tell them the truth.
Hmm.
And and then when I looked at where he came from, I was like, man, I get it now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He was only as good as what he was only able to give me pretty much what he had.
Yeah.
If it ain't no money in the bank, you can't take nothing out of it.
Yeah.
So that's all he was able to give me was what he had. So I got it. So I was thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? And now we have today, and we definitely been having a better relationship since that conversation. So, and I allow him to, when he around involved with my kids, like, at first I would keep him from him because I was like, you're just gonna do the same thing.
Mm.
But then once I learned them more, so sometimes we do got to be open to
Mm-hmm.
even as parents, right? We gotta sometimes forgive to be forgiven. Like
Yep.
saying,
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
definitely.
Man, I needed to hear all that because I be thinking like, man, this is different. Like my other, you know what I'm saying? Like it's different raising kids with sickle cell in it. It just makes everything like so much more high stakes. It seems,
Yeah.
it's like we know what it is on paper. We know what our life expectancy and all that stuff is on paper. We know what we feel like. We know what people see and what they don't see when they look at us. It all feels like it could genuinely be
yeah,
too much, if we weren't as well adjusted as we are as people because our parents' generation wasn't on self-care and self-care Sundays and go to therapy. they
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they our parents generation, they was not on that. Not to say that they weren't doing it, but it's just that the way we've turned it into like a movement, like black people are, you know unraveling all them old gaslighting lies we've been told for generations upon generations
man,
by
Hmm.
all types of people, right? By all types of people that just love hating on melanin. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to undo all of that, and then bam, we a parent. Like,
and you know what? When you think about those lies, the majority of those lies is told to you by the people that they say love you. That's the crazy. Like you though, especially when it comes to like black people have a lot of family story like lies. A lot of family secrets and stuff
yep,
like that.
yep,
A lot of that stuff is hidden by the same people that say they love you. But you love me enough to keep this with. That's not love to me. Like, do you think that it's more that we love you to keep this from you, or we love you to tell you? Like, which one is real? One of those got to be real. Like, which one of those do y'all believe is real? I love you enough that I lied to you, or I love you enough that I told you the truth.
Lying
That's
is
the
not
real
love.
question. And I want to ask the people that listening to like what y'all think is.
hmm yeah,
I personally feel that lying is not love. I would rather you hurt me with the truth than,
Hmm.
lie to me just to save my feelings or to save face. Because personally, when someone is lying, especially over something that's big, it's not to save the other person. It's because it's uncomfortable for the person to lie, who's keeping the lie.
yeah,
Um, personally,
The
it
truth
may
will
be
set you
harder
free.
to tell the truth, but it's still the best way to do it. I had to tell a lot of uncomfortable truths to Nyla before, and she's better for it.
yeah.
Mr. Bell, the question is, do you think that I lied to you because I love you is true, or I told you the truth because I love you? Which one is the real love is what I'm asking.
Yeah. And to me, it seems like love should be authentic and lies are not authentic. It's the opposite. It's like I should be able
Yeah,
to
good point.
be authentic in what I say, which is the truth. And as long as my truth isn't trampling on somebody else's rights or somebody else's humanity, then we should love each other truthfully. No matter what the relationship is, if it's mother and child, if it's spouse to spouse, if it is brother to sister, you know, we should love each other enough to allow one another to be who we are naturally. And I don't want to hear
You
no
know
lie.
what they call the truth today?
What?
They call the truth today. In today's world, they call the truth. You tell a person if it's if you're in a light where it's a person that's your friend on a friendship level or on a somewhere the same age as you, they gonna call it hate. When they don't want somebody to know something and you tell them, they say you hating on them. You just telling history. And then when you're dealing with somebody that's of an older, generation, you talking to, let's say a family member or just something that and it's a person that's in maybe their 60s or 70s, and you tell the truth, then it turns into disrespect. And that's crazy because all I did was tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? You told probably my kid or, one of my cousins or something to lie. And I just told the truth. And now you saying I'm being disrespectful. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I
them
told
older
the truth.
generations, yeah, they for sure was good for that, for telling you being disrespectful. And all you said was nobody asked you to put raisins in the potato salad.
Man, like,
That's all we
you,
said.
you
How is
gave me
that
that. It'd be like,
disrespectful?
man, like, no, you didn't, Daddy. You drunk
Honestly,
all those beers.
yeah. Sometimes I said this earlier too. I said just because I tell the truth, I had to check myself on the energy and the tone in which I tell it, because not everyone can handle
Girl, no.
straight straight shade. You know what I'm saying? It's like a shot. Tell you the
I give them options, Shay.
knock them back.
I give them options.
But
I
if
give
you
people
ask
options.
me and I ask you, hey, you want me to tell you the truth? Yeah, I want you to tell the truth. Oh, okay. You sure? I give you that space to say, damn, she said you sure. Like,
Do I really
do
want
I
to
want
know?
Yeah, I give them options though on which way I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna still tell you the truth. I just give them options on like a person say, yeah, be honest with me, and I be like, do you want it the easy way or the raw and uncut master? Which master you
right?
want? I got both of them loaded for you. Do
Which
you want
gun
it
you
the
want?
easy way? Or do you want it the raw and uncut way? Because the raw and uncut way, you gonna get more out of that one. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're just gonna walk
See,
away
I'm gonna
feeling,
just tell you the
a little
truth.
different.
I'm gonna just say the truth. I don't care who it is, what we talking about, but I'm gonna make it real polite and respectful.
See, sometimes
I'm gonna say
you
it with
can
love.
Cause you
I'm
honest.
gonna say it with love, but I'm gonna tell you what the truth is right now with a smile.
the truth with a smile. You know, I that's why I said, like, I don't have a problem telling the truth. It's gonna be the truth. It just might be the truth that I know you can handle it in a smaller
Right
bite
now, yeah, bite size.
than than to give you
Hey,
that
we be on
whole
some of these
Big
what's
Mac.
his name, Shay.
Huh?
We done been on some of these. We done been on some of these panels. You know what I'm
Ah,
saying?
yeah,
And a person just might come out and just say, "Hey, brother, you like." No, we done been on some wild panels.
man, wild ones.
I bet. I
Who
Oh,
bet.
probably the most hated? No, me probably no. Me and Marissa probably the most hated. Me and Marissa probably the most hated.
Honestly, I
Cause
think
she say whatever she want to.
I've learned how to, like I said, I say what I need to say, but I'm gonna do it to where it's more effective. I'm not gonna do it to where now if you done already ruined your chances of me trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, oh baby, I hope you got some lemons for this straight shot you finna get. Because
It just it
it's going
depends though
down.
sometimes. So it depends sometimes because sometimes people say stuff and it's just like, did you just say that? And it's before you know it, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't even like like you responded to this, but it's like, come on, man, you did not. Why would you say something so? You know,
Yeah,
so it depends. It
yeah.
depends. I try to be polite first, but you know, sometimes it don't always. Sometimes you
Sometimes
don't
you just
want
gotta come out
that
as a
mind.
daggone to somebody.
Yeah,
It needs to
like
happen sometimes. You just gotta be like, okay, it's time. You played yourself. You didn't play me, you played you. So let me show you how this here is supposed to go. So yeah. Um absolutely. I am absolutely for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You know me, master. I be like, give me the straight shot. I got the lemon, okay?
Mhm.
All day
yeah,
long. I want the whole truth. I don't care. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't think I'm let me know.
Mhm.
Because that's just how I am. That's what I'm used to.
Mhm.
With growing up with the grandmother that
I
I
just got.
had, yeah.
I have a problem. I have a problem. Real not being considerate to the fact that everybody's skin is not as tough as mine. So
Mm,
sometimes I had that type of issue where um I just say whatever I want to say, and because I understand that if somebody would have said it to me, it wouldn't have I would have probably more than likely took it as, oh, he's schooling me. You know what I mean? Like that's like that person schooling me, especially if it's coming from somebody older. It's like, oh wow, like they really went in on me a little bit, and I wanted to say something back, but I left it. I didn't because I know it was
mhm.
coming from a good place, and they schooled me. But I think sometimes for myself, like I go hard, and it's only because I know what I can take, though. But
Yep.
everybody can't take what I could take, so
And that's
Yeah, it is difficult sometimes when you are in spaces where you can feel that you're a bit more evolved, like that's no shade. I'm just saying, I don't know a better word, but like you've come along a longer way than some in, certain areas. And it's just like, yeah, I'm not even gonna waste my energy on a tone with you because we're not even, once again, get on the elevator. Okay. Get on the elevator. All right.
mhm.
It's just okay. Like I
um,
don't see there being anything wrong with us knowing where we are, because honestly, there are a lot of very fragile people out there,
Yeah.
like fragile inside. You
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Absolutely.
oh God,
What's
man,
wrong with
uh,
you?
I'm being honest, like even when I'm just joking with people, like I tell people all the time, like if I can't be like a particular way with you, I really don't even want you around me. I be knowing I know this one artist guy. It's this one guy here, artist. He is a super a-hole, and I love him to death because because I am, and he come and he say little slick stuff to me all the time, and I say little slick stuff back to him. And I had to tell him one time because he like 60 something years old. I had to tell him one time, like, look, man, I wouldn't even like talk to you I didn't if I couldn't be like this with you. And like I wouldn't even talk to you for real because I don't want the people around me the slightest thing that I say is like always a problem, and I don't want that. Like I
Yeah.
really just want to be around the people that we can
Mhm.
throw little jabs at each other, and we understand that it's just good fun. Like
Yeah, the
we ain't
spice.
saying this
You
out of
like their
maliciousness.
exchange, that spicy exchange, because we're grown, right? Like we're grown
Yeah,
people.
we grown.
Yeah, like we have experiences, we have, times. I feel like I'm one of those people that's simultaneously born too late and too early. I feel like I'm ahead of my time and I belong in the retro times. You know what I'm saying? But like that's a part of what makes me me. And I can appreciate that about myself because it's like not everybody is gonna mesh well with that type of personality. And
Hmm.
that's fine. But I know that I when I walk into certain spaces, yeah, I am going to be too much for some people. That's not on me. That's on them. I only pick up the baggage
On
that's
them,
got
yeah.
my name on it.
Exactly. I can't
I
hold
love the little
what's
luggage
not,
on
with what I didn't pack.
there.
And
That's not
and that's the thing
funny.
I had to learn too, to stop expecting me out of people. I could not
Man, that part.
go on with, damn, okay, you should be just like this, and this is how you should handle this situation, and you should you should you shouldn't take stuff so seriously. You gotta That's how a person deals with life.
Yeah,
I deal with life different. I don't dwell on things I can't change. I don't move. I don't do things, as like a knee jerk reaction. I'm very meticulous. I'm very thought.
right.
I think things through, even if it seems like I've just done something on a whim. 9 times out of 10, I thought about it about 20 times in
Yeah,
20 different ways
yes,
before I actually did something.
yeah.
So that's truly what it is. I just want to say thank you all for being a part of this conversation. Thank you guys for coming and doing the panel. We had 107, and I know it's been a while. We had our own panel before the panel. We would have been live
Man.
earlier, but we had a whole
Said we would have been here a
conversation.
lot earlier.
No, because I had actually timed it. I was like, okay, let me give myself a little bit of time. And I was like, you know what? No, I need more time. And it just turned into a whole nother
And then
conversation.
here we come. Right. And then here we come. Girl. I need it though. I'm just happy to be in the
Did y'all
room
see that though?
because huh?
Did y'all peep how we straightened up as if it's like you could you imagine the people at the news station and they talking about all they like little hood ratchet stuff and then they be like action and we were
And yes,
no,
so as I was saying there,
that's kind of how we were.
It
all right
was.
now, all
We just
right,
went right into
so
the season. We switched up, bro.
as we were
Quick,
saying,
okay? Can't nobody tell us we ain't professional. Because we went from the
look, I
to
know how to hit my
Yeah, we
marks,
did.
okay? This is not new to me, okay? My mama had me on them runways when I was a preteen, okay? I know how to hit my mark, baby. You said we action? All right. Let's
action.
go.
We did
Man,
it.
we
And
straightened
go.
it up. We
So
went
again, thank you all. I thank
Thank you, Shae.
Oh, no problem. Thank you, Sean, for interacting the entire time. Gotta give you a shout out
Yes.
because you was in here whole
yeah.
time commenting.
Yes.
So thank you. For those of you who are still watching, we would appreciate if you haven't already, please share the video so other people can get this great conversation.
Yes.
And we will be back with another one and another one.
And another one.
Is there
And we
anything?
appreciate you too, bro.
Yes.
Yes.
Out.
Anything you both want to say before I end us with the positive words of wisdom?
Oh man. I just wanted to say thanks again. And I'm still, kind of in the thick and the throes of a lot of stuff, but I still have a couple of babies that I'm birthing, as we speak. So just hang in there, follow me. I am Lena Lavish on YouTube, Lena Lavish, the Queen Warrior herself on YouTube. I am on Insta as Lena Lavish 100. I am on Facebook, Lena Harvey. And I believe I'm on Twitter, but not like that. I'm an older millennial, so I'm just on there to say I'm on there. But I am everywhere else, and I will be sharing more of my journey coming soon. I'll be doing some writing articles I'll be sharing, as well as work that I'm doing to help co-found a nonprofit. So big things are happening for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah. So just keep your eye on me. Keep your eyes on me.
Don't blink is what she's saying. In other words, don't blink, because she got a lot coming. And if you blink, you might miss something.
You might.
Anything you want to say, Master?
My name. Well, I already said what my name and what I do, but I'm going to be posting a lot of art coming up soon.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be posting a lot of art coming up soon. I do want to say that. So I've had the opportunity, privilege, to have my artwork in a museum, and what I want to say is that I I definitely put it's for Black History Month. And they actually took two of my pieces. My wall's kind of different now. They actually took two of my pieces as opposed to everybody else. They took one, so I was proud of that.
Dang.
But what I really, really want to say is that I finally finished this emergency piece that I've been working on for some years, and I put that in the museum. It's a sickle cell piece. It's a I could post some of the things that people basically have said, and this was years ago. It's not even what it is today. So this is what people even said pertaining to it years ago. But I definitely put that piece in there because I felt like it was Black History Month, and we need to like. I want to use it as an educational tool. Like I want to use it as a tool to advocate and educate about sickle cell and getting screened pretty much, So
That's great.
yeah,
Oh
check my
gosh.
page out on either Instagram or Instagram. My name is Masterpieces of Art on Instagram. Just type in Master Burt. You're gonna find it on both. Yeah, Master Burt, MasterBurt. So yeah.
Awesome.
That is great.
I just want to say congratulations.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, I want to see that piece now that it's finished, though. So.
Oh man, I put help all throughout it. Like
I know
really
you took a picture of it. Did you take a picture?
Yeah, you're gonna have to like zoom in to see the help though, because I put all of the pills and stuff, and then I put the help in the background because I really wanted it to be. And then I'm honestly gonna take some of my other pieces off the wall, and I want every single piece that I do to almost be a cry for help. And that's what that's what I want for any sickle cell piece of art that I do, is for it to have help on
it. So you're gonna do like a help series of art.
Yeah, I don't care if I do it with the person yelling. I don't care if I do it with it's gonna have help somewhere on there, because and man, hopefully, the right eye can see it and ask me why help on every one of them. That's really what I want. I really want the question to be wise help on every one of them, so I could say because that's what's needed at this point.
Yeah,
that's what's needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Okay. Then left it off on a powerful bang with that one.
Yes.
Thank you for that. With that, I will leave you all with the positive words of wisdom, which is start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Until next time, peace.